here's the box, but it's not an unboxing because I don't do those. I decided to buy this product because I saw it on a YouTube channel called Ellie's Garage. Now I should pronounce it Ellie's Garage because Ellie and her father are renovating a 1965 Ford Falcon, and they've never done it before. They're amateurs, but they always get the job done. And they were refitting the window channel that goes along the bottom of the door glass that makes it go up and down. Now that's very difficult to de-rust that if you haven't got a sandblaster. So they used this product. Now Frost is the sole distributor of Eastwood products in the UK. So this is the Eastwood product, and that's what I bought. You know, I'm not getting paid for this review in any way. You know, I purchased it on their website, and you know, I've got no affiliation with the Frost company or the Eastwood company. But one of the reasons I decided to do this little review is because they sent me a free gift. They sent me some wet wipes, which could be handy if you're out away from your garage or something. And they sent me something I find a little amusing, some hand moisturiser, because most people doing the cars are not the type of people that would be used moisturiser. But anyway, thank you Frost for sending me that gift. So now what I'm going to do is find some rusty screws. I'm not using the components for the car yet. I will start off with some rusty screws, put them in a little jar, that's the plan, and see how it works. And I will just tell it as it is. I'm Steve and welcome to my channel. So I've looked around my garage and I found this box of old rusty washers. So I've picked a few, and I found these wood screws that have got a very light coating of rust on them. Now the instructions of this say that for light rust you put it in for 5 to 30 minutes, for moderate rust you put it in for 4 hours, and for deep rust you put it in overnight. So I'm going to do those 3 stages with these washers and screws. Now this one here, I think it's under seal. It's a wing bolt washer. I think that's what that is. And I'm not going to take the paint off of that. I'm going to see what happens to see if it actually gets underneath the under seal. Some of these washers have had grease or oil on them. So my first thing is to wash these in my parts washer, and that really does degrease them. And then I'll rinse it in water, and then I'll do the first experiment. Right, so in here I've got some washing up liquid, quite strong, and if you're in America that's dish soap, I think you call it over there. And the instructions also say you're supposed to pre-clean it, but I don't think this really needs it. There's no flaky rust on here. I think that's what they mean. And I'm going to wire brush everyone except for that. That's the one with the under seal on it. And this one is, I just put that in because it's not really rusty. There's a tiny little bit of rust that side. I just want to see what happens to that. So this rust dissolver is actually acid. It's acid based, and it tells you to wear goggles, which is obvious really. You have to wear goggles with anything with acid on it. So I'm just going to place these in here. And fill it up. I've just used a little bit of this, and what I found is it's not as watery as I thought it was going to be. It's not like a gel, but it's, you know, thicker than water consistency. Right, so it's 1:15. So I'm going to leave that for 30 minutes, take them out and have a look, and then I'll probably put them in for 4 hours and then put them in overnight. So it's been 30 minutes now, so I'm going to take them out and have a look, but yeah, as you can see, it hasn't made that much difference. So I want to have a look at the screw first. Now, I'm going to have to take the goggles off to look at this. That really hasn't made any mark. I didn't notice that white paint before. That really hasn't made any difference. So I will put that back. Let's just have a look at this one. And what I have noticed is there's like a yellow halo around these washers. So it is doing something to the rust. So yeah, you can see it's starting to etch. I need a new pair of over goggles. Yes, it has started to etch here. But they say on the bottle removes in as fast as 30 minutes. Well, not really. It doesn't. That's so, as like a lot of products, they exaggerate. Mustn't forget to put these goggles on. Right, so now I'm going to put that back and I'm going to leave it for 4 hours now. Right, it's been 4 hours now and I'm going to get them out, wash them and have a look. So that looks good. The paint is loose, so it has actually removed that paint a bit. Yeah, that's removed all the rust on there. Now this washer has very light rust on it. Yeah, and that's come up okay. It's a little bit there, but that's quite good. Now we go on to the more. Oh, there's this one washer that didn't have hardly anything on it. And that is fine. Now this one has got more rust on it. Oh, there's bits of rust in here. Now that, oh, it's etched that side, but the top side has still got rust. I'm going to give that a wide brush. No, that's not coming off. It's still got rust on it. And it's the same with this one. There's rust in the bottom there. Yes, it started to etch it there. Yeah, it does look good. It just takes longer than they say. Right, so what I'm going to do now I'm going to put them all back again and leave it overnight. So it's 5:45 now. Okay, it's 9:30 the following morning, and I'm going to see the results are after it's been in there overnight. So it doesn't look too bad. That one was very rusty. So that's the result. There's still a bit of rust there. Now the screw, yeah, that's fine. The screw's been in there overnight. So you could say that you don't have to worry about it eating away any components, because the thread on that screw is perfect. It's the same as it was yesterday, so it hasn't eaten that away. That one's got a bit of paint on it. Yeah, so that's the result. I think maybe you have to turn them over, because that may be at the bottom, but it has loosened the paint. So I think we conclude. So that looked rusty in there, but when I wiped it, yeah, see, so it does work. And this is the one with a lot of paint on it. I see underneath again. Oh no, that is not rust. Yeah, so obviously you have to take the paint off. It hasn't taken that underseal. The underseal's done its job, kind of thing. See, that's nice. It's very nice. I think and this one didn't have hardly any rust on it. And you know, it hasn't actually eaten away. You can't see it being eaten away in the surface. So the conclusion is, you can't go by what it says on the bottle. It takes much longer. I could probably leave that in there all day. Actually, I might do that. I'm going out this morning, and I'll be back this afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to put them back. So the ones with the rust, I will turn with the rust facing up. And leave them even longer. Right. So I'll leave it for another few hours and see what happens. Right, I'm back in the garage and it is 4:35. So that's 7 hours 5 minutes it's been in there, and I could still see some rust. What I do, I'm going to take them out, have a quick look, and then I'm going to leave them over another night. So this may rub off when I've cleaned it. Now, that's still like a little bit of rust there for some reason. And yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's what we need to do with a wire brush, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll put that back. Let's have a look at this one. there's still a bit of rust on there for some reason. Yes. Yeah, I think it's fine with a quick wire brush over it. So I'll look at the screws. Lovely. Hasn't seemed to have deteriorated in any way. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go away and leave it overnight. Which how many hours that is, I haven't worked it out, but I'll come back in the morning and have another look. It's the following day now, and the time is actually 10:10. So that works out at 45 hours these have been in there, all in all, you know, from all the tests that I've done. So I'm going to have a look, and looking at them straight away, they look fine. Actually, there's not much difference. It doesn't look much difference to what it was yesterday. So the instructions, or I think it's on the instructions somewhere, I read that it only eats into the acid and not the steel. And so far, it's looking as though that is true, because everything here is the same as it was yesterday. I guess if you just left it for weeks it would do, but yeah, that's the one with the paint. Has loosened it a bit. Yeah, it has loosened it. If you left that in there long enough, it would actually remove the paint. But that's not the idea of this product. I just tried that just to see what would happen. Now that's the one that didn't have hardly any rust on it, and I've got to take my goggles off. Let's have a look. Marvellous, really good. Yeah, that's very good. There's a bit there, I don't know why that is. Yeah, it's removed that white paint that was on there. Still fine, the thread on that screw is fine. Right, so I'm going to finish this little test now, and I think what I'll do when I've got more time is I will get see if I can find some rusty sheet metal that's really rusty, I've got some old jacking points somewhere, and I'm going to put the sheet metal in there. I'll put some new acid in there. You can see the rust is in here. See, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that on cam. That is, you know, the rust has been removed from the components and it's in the bottom of the tub. So as far as I'm concerned, this test, it does what it says on the tin, but it does take a bit longer. I've cleaned up the steel parts with some 80 grit paper. I'm filtering out all the rust that's in here. I put the contents of these jars into here, so it has been used, but it should be alright. They say you can reuse this, and then I'm going to put these in that solution, maybe even for a week, I don't know yet, to see if it does deteriorate the steel. So far there's no deterioration on the steel at all. There was a little bit of etching, but once I've rubbed it with the paper, it's just ordinary, it's steel again. So and the point is fine. So what I'm trying to determine is, you know, if it does eat away at good steel. So far it hasn't. So after the last clip that was taken, I put this to one side over there, and then a couple of days later I needed this whole bench for something. I forget what it was now, and so what I did was I put this in the corner of my garage over there and forgot about it. And the months went by, the weeks and the months went by, and the last clip was the 8th of July. And now it's the 30th of October, and they've been in there all that time. So now what I'm going to do is get them out and have a look and see what's happened to them. So this is the one I took out earlier. So I'm just going to wash it. So it's black on the top and okay on the bottom. Oh, that wasn't good still, that was rusty. So really this is the best one to test actually for erosion. And let's take these off. And that is dead sharp. Let's see if I can get it focus on there. I don't know if that's going to come out. But anyway, I can feel that is like a needle. So that is really the ultimate test of this product, I would say, because it's been in there months and it hasn't eroded that point away at all. So you know, it does eat the rust and not the steel. Now if you're derusting a component that's not going to be painted, you must oil this straight away, because it will go rusty in 24 hours, and that's what happens in here with a dehumidifier running. And if you're going to paint a component, I would suggest that you wash it properly in soapy water. I didn't bother, but you know, hot soapy water to get rid of any traces, and then put an epoxy primer on, and then it's sealed then, and you know it's not going to go rusty again. So that ends this video after all these months. I will put a link to Ellie's garage in the description, and I'll probably put a link to this in the description. So have a look below this video and click whatever you need to click to get the description up, and they will be in there. So if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and leave any comment you like. So thank you for watching and see you next time.